Arjun boarded the near-empty bus. The time was 11:45 p.m., and the only other passengers were an old man dozing off near the window and a woman sitting quietly in the middle rows. Arjun sighed, taking a seat at the back. He had just finished a late shift and was exhausted. The bus moved slowly through the fog-covered roads of the outskirts. Streetlights flickered, casting eerie shadows inside. Arjun leaned back, closing his eyes, but a sudden jolt made him open them again. The woman in the middle seat turned her head slightly, her long hair covering most of her face. Something about her posture felt off. As the bus moved ahead, Arjun noticed something strange. At every stop, the driver would open the door, but no one got in. Yet, he kept glancing at the rearview mirror, as if checking for someone. Arjun shifted uncomfortably. He tried to distract himself by looking out the window, but the dense fog outside gave the illusion of figures standing in the dark. He shook his head, trying to brush off the feeling. Then, suddenly, the old man near the window let out a shuddering breath. Arjun turned towards him, but the man didn't move. His head was now unnaturally tilted to the side, eyes wide open, yet completely lifeless. Arjun's heart pounded. He looked towards the woman, but she was still sitting motionless. Something was very wrong. The bus took a sharp turn, and the dim overhead light flickered for a second. In that brief moment, Arjun saw another figure sitting right behind the woman. A man, dressed in tattered clothes, his head drooping forward unnaturally. But when the light stabilized, the seat was empty. Arjun's breath caught in his throat. He looked at the driver, who was now gripping the steering wheel tightly, his knuckles white. "Stop the bus," Arjun said, standing up. The driver didn't respond. Arjun stepped forward, but as soon as he did, the woman turned her head towards him. His blood ran cold. Her face was pale, too pale, like a corpse drained of blood. But what terrified him the most were her eyes' black voids, staring right through him. A low whisper filled the air, coming from nowhere and everywhere. "This bus never reaches its destination," she said, her voice hollow. The lights flickered again, and the next moment, Arjun found himself alone in the bus. The old man was gone. The woman was gone. Only the driver remained. Arjun ran to the front. "Who were they?" he demanded. The driver exhaled shakily. "You saw them too?" Arjun nodded, his body trembling. The driver let out a hollow laugh. "I've been driving this route for 20 years, and every night, after midnight, they board the bus, passengers who never left." The bus came to a halt. The doors creaked open. "Go," the driver whispered. Without hesitation, Arjun jumped out. As soon as his feet touched the ground, he turned back only to see the bus completely empty. The driver, the bus, everything disappeared into the fog. And from the distance,